Yeah, just one Mick here. Just giving my BF Falcon Ute 4 litre inline 6 non-turbo, just naturally aspirated. I think they're 190 kilowatts, so around about the 230, 240 horsepower. And I think about 400 Newton metres of torque, maybe even a bit more, maybe just under 400. Anyhow, this thing is 200,000 kilometres, so that's in the miles, that's 120,000 miles. This car here is a 2006, so it's a BF series. The BA, then they had the BF, and then they went to the FG after this one. I think there was a Series 2 in these two. But this is what we call a ute in Australia and New Zealand. Australia used to export Falcons and Holdens, Kingswoods, Holden Kingswoods and Utes. Back in the late 60s, early 70s, I think South Africa, Philippines, Indonesia, all over the shop. But so what we got here, this is the SE, so I think they might have an XL, then this is one up from a base model. So it's typical, just Falcon inside, a bit of a mess here. So underneath that floor mat there, that's all vinyl. There's a big vinyl mat in there. So what do we got? This thing is 16 years old. So yeah, all the interior's still in good nick. Williams seat covers on it. Just your 4-speed auto, BTR, I think it's BTR auto, Australian made. I think they've got bought out, maybe by Ball Warner or one of those. So yeah, it's an 06. There's your compliance plates there. So that's all that dribble there, a bit more dribble there. So that's not to be removed, any of those down there. These things are good for rust. They don't seem to rust out. They obviously treat, I think from about 1990 onward, cars in Australia stop rusting out as quick. 88 to 90. In there hanging off the rear view mirror is that Panorama Bathurst, smelly thing, but that's the track. So yeah, so this car here, you can have these in cab chassis without a box or without a style side, we call them over here, style side on the back. Or you could just buy the car bare without anything on the back, so just the chassis rails. A lot of Australians fit up aluminium trays to their utes because they're light and just light and good and durable and don't rust, low maintenance. This thing's got factory Ford roll bar, whatever you want to call it, in it. This thing when I got it had massive big spotties on there. It was a cowgirl's ute. If you're looking here, it's got a plastic ute liner, and that whole thing just comes out and there's just a skeleton under that. Yeah, so this is it. I better get back to the washing her out because I just wanted to do a quick story on it. Good and reliable, these things, these 4 litre 6-cylinder Bauer engines. If you just keep good oil in them and good corrosion inhibitor, they'll do a lot of kilometres. Taxis a million kilometres, 600,000 miles, easily, more. My nephew had a Falcon ex-taxi with over 1 million kilometres on it. It was an EF, so that was a 94 model, 95. But they're just a progression. They've progressed from 1960 with the inline 6s that come out of America, and we started casting them up here, and they've just progressed right up until they stopped making them. About 08, I think. Hang on. Sorry. What have I got? What am I looking at? No, not 08. 18 was it? 16? No, 2016. think they stopped making Falcons. But they're good, reliable cars, hardy, strong for Australian roads. Like I said, this is a 16-year-old car, still powering. Don't add oil between oil changes. I knock oil change every 5,000 with a filter. Just do that myself. Just done it on the weekend, but yeah, good hardy vehicles. But look, I'm going to leave it at that because I've got to get back to washing it. Swano Mick, you all have a lovely afternoon. Just thought I'd show you. Anyone that doesn't live in Australia and New Zealand wouldn't even know what they got here. They're the factory alloy wheels on it, limited slip diff, cruise control, ABS, airbags. Yeah, some spotties on the little nudge bar, and it's got a CB radio when you get out west. I'm going to leave it at that, and my personalised number plates. Swano Mick out. Have a lovely afternoon.